remember how in the opener for this season I mentioned how my mom knows things? Since she started dating my neighbor, she's gotten really into camping. I don't know how or why this came about, but it did. One of the times they went camping, there was this crazy rainstorm. I'm talking like monsoon proportions. Leave it to my family. It's the worst possible day to do something, huh? And in my mom's infinite wisdom, her reaction to this whole situation was, hey, where's the laundromat at this campground? Now, I don't go camping a lot, and I'm not sure if they went to a ranger station or whatever, because she told me they went and asked people. But I don't go camping a lot. I'm like 98% sure there's not a laundromat. And if you go to the ranger station, he's not going to like press a button and the floor is going to open up and there's going to be a secret laundromat on site. Like, I don't think that's a thing. Is that a thing? I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
When someone meets my family, they inevitably ask, "How are you, you?" Why is that, you ask? Have I got a story for you?
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you guys heard, but a couple months ago there was this outbreak about China smuggling in meat that was really, 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 really old, and people were getting really, really sick from eating it. And the article popped up, and it was trending for a little while. And all of my sweet mates, a couple friends from home, and a couple friends on the internet saw this article and sent it to me. One of them even posted it on my wall on Facebook and was like, dude, is this where your mom gets her meat from? Like, that is terrifying. That everybody knows. Everybody knows my mother is constantly trying to kill me. Though I will say, to her credit, she's finally stopped roasting peppers, because that, I'm pretty sure that could actually kill me if I were in the house. If I were sitting in the kitchen and she were roasting these peppers, I'm pretty sure I would just die on the spot. Dead. But I love that they were just like, dude, we know where your mom gets her meat now. Like, that's really sad. My mom's a good cook. Just, some of the ingredients may or may not kill you. May or may not, I don't know. Valley Vajiri always says she wants to study my gut microbes because obviously there's something in there that's keeping me alive. She's probably right though. I'm not gonna lie, she's probably right. There was this thing on my note sheet, and I'm like, I don't know this story. And Valley Vajiri makes fun of me sometimes because I'll like, for this season, I went and did the outlines for episodes 41 through 56 in one sitting. And by the time I get to that, like, I'll have to look at my notes and be like, what was this story about? And Valley Vajiri will be like, you don't know your own stories. That's terrible. What is wrong with you? There's a lot of them that I go through. So I was looking at this paper, and there's a really long section of nothing on this, because I'm like, I don't know this story. And then, like, as I read it again, I'm like, oh, of course I know this story. Duh. Since this video is titled, so many bright ideas, we're not to the bright part yet. That'll be the next story. But for now, I'm going to talk to you about toilet paper and how toilet paper works in my family, because it's always been something that we just don't get right. First of all, the favorite child, I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but for some reason, she uses an entire roll of toilet paper every time she goes to the bathroom. We have no idea what she's doing with it, but since I was born, she's always used pretty much the entire roll of toilet paper every time she goes to the bathroom. And it's just like, but what are you doing with it? Because if you use the whole roll of toilet paper at once, the toilet would definitely get clogged. It never gets clogged. I don't understand. What is she doing with it? Is she eating the toilet paper? So, the last time she came to visit, my mom was freaking out. Like, really freaking out. And I was like, what is the problem? And she was like, did you see our toilet paper reserves? She's coming to visit. We need to go buy more. And my mom went out and bought like 15 8-packs of toilet paper. Like, it was ridiculous. Downstairs was stocked. We keep our toilet paper in the garage on the table, and it's just like, what? There's no way she could use this much toilet paper. And she almost used all the toilet paper we had. She had to go to the store and buy more toilet paper. We're like, what do you do with it? Are you eating it? Where does it go? I don't understand. Worst toilet paper decision of all. I've definitely spoken about this before. But when Uwa was here and she was screaming at her own asshole because she could not stop shitting, somebody in my family decided the best idea was to go out and buy the cheapest toilet paper ever. My tongue is still kind of swollen, but not really. but kinda. So I keep like putting pressure on it, and I'm like, no, don't bite again, please. We're almost healed. We're almost healed. Somebody's bright idea while Ooh was here and screaming at her own asshole was to buy the cheapest toilet paper possible because you get an abundance of it. Except the cheapest toilet paper possible is 1-ply. Do you know what 1-ply toilet paper is good for? Absolutely nothing. And when you pull it off the roll, it fucking tears into confetti and you can throw it around. That's what 1-ply toilet paper is good for. Fucking making confetti. That's it. Don't use that on your butt. There's no reason. And especially if your asshole is exploding to the point where you're screaming at it constantly, 1-ply toilet paper is not going to... It's not going to arrest the flow, and it's certainly not going to be able to clean out what's there, especially if it tears every time you rub it up against something. Oh, 1-ply toilet paper is useless. Useless. Though I will say, I would probably like 1-ply toilet paper better if it had the weird designs on it, like I've told you about before. I think in season 1 I talked about how my mom used to have different toilet paper in each room, which she has since stopped, and I know it's because my sister saw the episode and made fun of her. I know that that's what it is, and my mom doesn't buy different kinds of toilet paper anymore. It's always the same toilet paper, and I'm like, kudos to you, miss. Oh, my mom was like, I do not buy different toilet paper for the different bathrooms. And I was like, you a liar. And now all the toilet paper is the same. We know you were using the good stuff on your own butt. We know. Oh my God. So my mom and my brother the Banshee's husband, used to work at an airplane hangar. And so when the planes would come in, sometimes stuff would get taken off the plane, like food or whatever that wasn't eaten, and people would get dibs on it. And one of the things my brother apparently called dibs on was this German 5-ply toilet paper. All right, I don't know who decided that was a good idea, but 5-ply toilet paper is so fucking thick that you can sleep on it. You can make a pillow out of 5-ply toilet paper. It is enormous, and holy shit, it's like rubbing silk on your anus. It is so soft. I wonder what it costs. Like, I know toilet paper obviously doesn't cost that much, but I feel like 5-ply toilet paper imported from Germany, probably very expensive. And I'm just like, man, rich people, and they get silk on their butt. Makes you want to rise up and fight the man. Get 5-ply toilet paper. Oh my God, it's so soft. It's like rubbing your face in the clouds of heaven, if such a thing exists. Oh, it's so nice. And I've never seen it in a store, and I hope to never see it, because if everyone discovers... no, actually, I hope we all see 5-ply toilet paper at some point in our lives, because if we've all had a chance to experience it, we would all just be nicer people. But if our butts weren't hurting anymore, ever, just rub that on. Oh, yeah, we sleep on it. We could revolutionize the world with 5-ply toilet paper. People would be nice because their butts would feel good for once. For once, nobody would be butthurt. It would be impossible to be butthurt with 5-ply toilet paper. That's how comfortable it is. Yo, my hair is everywhere. Why can't it just get to the length that I need it to be so I can donate it? So I can donate it. So I can... Alrighty then. Now we come to the bright portion of this episode. I just want you guys to know that I'm not really allowed to have a lamp in my room. You've probably heard my friends or I mention it. But right now, the only things I've got going in this room are this little tiny itty-bitty lamp. It's like a nightlight, because as you know, my mother fucking loves nightlights. And then she was like, oh, you need a light? Here you go. So she gave me a clip-on stage lamp. And I'm like, generally speaking, I'm only allowed to have, nightlights, because my mother fucking loves nightlights, and nobody knows why. I just don't understand which one of us is the one that's afraid of the dark that needs the nightlight. I don't get it. But for most of my childhood, I had a lamp. And it was one of those lamps that splits off into multiple bulbs and has multiple bulb housings. And for the entirety of my life, that lamp that was in the corner in both my rooms, both this one and the other one. I finally took it out because I figured out the secret. But let me explain to you. That lamp, for the most part, has always only had 2 working bulbs, even though there are 3 housings. I don't know why, but the bulb in the third slot was either always out or it just was broken immediately. I don't know if there's something wrong with the housing or whatever, but it almost always only had 2 bulbs in it. One of those bulbs was was like a normal bulb. And then I thought the housing was messed up, like it was made to be a nightlight, because the next bulb that worked would always be low light, and it would always be a nightlight, an actual nightlight. And therefore the lamp was fucking useless, because there's no way that one little light bulb is going to light up this whole room unless it's actually in the center of the room and it's high power. And I thought that it was just that particular lamp was made to be like nightlight, morning light. And then, oh, maybe the third housing would help the morning light if it actually ever worked. But it never did. So when I moved to this house, I put the bulbs in myself. And I was like, fuck yeah, I can see shit now. This is amazing. And then, like, a little while passed. And I was like, fuck, no, I think it is the actual lamp. Wherein one bulb, one housing makes it bright, and the other housing make it light. Or just a bulb doesn't work in it. Then I found out, my mom came, I was like, Ma, I need a lamp. I need to be able to see. And she goes, what do you mean? And we start talking, and my mother tells me that since that lamp has been in my room since basically I was a baby, she's come in and changed the bulbs to make sure one is low light so that I have a night light. I can't fucking see! What the fuck do I need a night light for? When was the last time I was afraid? When I was little, okay, I was more afraid of putting my foot outside of the bed, because that's when the zombies get you, okay? That's when the zombies and the skeletons reach out and they pull you down. Okay, no. Actually afraid of the dark? I haven't been afraid of the dark since I was like 4, okay? What the... I don't need a fucking nightlight! I was like 25 by the time I figured out that she's been changing the bulbs in it my entire life to make sure that I can't fucking see anything! What? Why? Why is that a thing? And how have I never noticed that she's come in and changed the bulbs? Because she must have been changing them every time I changed them to make sure one of them was low light so that I couldn't fucking see anything. And if all of the lights turn on at the same time in it, what the fuck is the point of you having one low light and one high light if all of the bulbs turn on at the same time? Actually, no, it had the switchy things. You could get 1, 2, 3, or all of them. Why? I didn't get up at night to switch it to low light. No! I fucking would turn on the lamp or turn off the lamp. I don't need we don't need that many night lights. And I haven't needed one for like my whole life. That's retarded. So when we helped the favorite child move, finally, we took in her lamps because she just left all her furniture there. And I was like, oh my god, I get a lamp. And her lamp is a bit too tall for my room, so it gets really close to the ceiling and then it blows out really quick. And it takes really special bulbs that we don't have any extras of. And I can never find them when I go to the store to get them, and then I just forget about them. I'm sure I could order them online. But now there's no lamp in the corner because I was fucking sick and tired of her changing the goddamn bulbs for me to have a nightlight. I don't need a nightlight! I'm a fucking adult! I am a well-adjusted human being!
Hey there, guys and gals. Thanks so much for watching, as always. If you click the link on the left, you'll be taken to the previous episode. If you click the link on the right, you'll be taken to the playlist where you can watch them all.